Do you want to make the most out of 2023? I know I do. Last year was such a successful year with TikToks popping off, Reels popping off, getting monetized on YouTube, and that's just the outward tangible stuff. So much inner growth went into making that happen. Hey, I'm Anita, and I'm talking to you as if I am your friend sitting down on FaceTime with you right now. I'm gonna be real, raw, and just open about like my plans. Let's just chit chat and let's game plan for 2023 because we're all in this together, and I genuinely want to see you succeed in 2023 with as little of roadblocks as possible. Cool? Cool. I'm gonna break my plan down into 3 phases that I went through in putting this all together. Okay, so before I plan out anything new, whether it's a new workout program or a new goal, I always take time first to just sit down and reflect and reset. Self-reflection can be really beneficial when you're setting new goals because it just helps you figure out what went really well the last time and what didn't go really well the last time, which will give you a better idea of your areas of success and expertise and your areas of improvement. I find that it just really sets me up for success in the future because I can work on more of what's serving me and working for me, and then work a little bit less on what's not serving me. Kind of think of it as energy givers versus energy takers. I do have an entire reflect and reset routine video that I did back in July, and I will link it in the description below so that you can go click on it and go through the entire self-guided reset and reflect routine that I go through. It's a part of my 2023 planner, and it's one of my favorite planners ever. So I 10 out of 10 recommend that if you are into journaling and you need some good journal prompts to reflect and reset for 2023, that you should check that out after you're done watching this video. Okay, so this year I'm implementing this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method. I came up with it, so I feel like I could come up with a better name for it, but I think you'll find that it'll really help your New Year's or 2023 goal setting be a lot more intentional instead of setting random goals that you were influenced by social media on. Okay, so here it is. So number 1 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method is, what will my one theme be for the year? Think of it as your word of the year or your intention of the year. What will your one clear focus be for 2023? My personal theme for 2023 is growth. Last year was about taking messy action. I started this YouTube channel last year. I started actually posting on TikTok last year. I started going all in on my Reels last year. I just took messy action, and I feel like it was just that. It was messy. There was no structure. There was no game plan. I just showed up as much as I possibly could. And out of it came really big results. This YouTube channel got monetized. And for those of you that have been watching from the beginning, thank you so much for your support and helping me get to this point. And I just can't wait to serve you up better, more valuable things this year. My TikTok went from 1,000 followers at the beginning of 2022 to almost 80,000 followers by the end of 2022. And my Instagram Reels popped off in Q4 of 2022. I had a couple of Reels reach over 1 million views, which I thought was really hard to do on Instagram. I gained over 7,000 followers in just 30 days. And so for 2023, I really want to continue that growth, but I found that outer growth really comes from the inner growth. So my focus for 2023 is really inward, growing as an individual. And this is step 1 of that plan. It's having a clear plan. Messy action was for 2022 and for getting over that barrier, that fear of taking action. And now that I'm over that barrier and I really got some amazing results from it, I want to take time to step back, reset, reflect, come up with a plan so that it's not so messy in 2023. And setting an intention for 2023 of growth will just give me one clear focus and allow me to say no to anything that doesn't serve that focus. So what will your theme of 2023 be? I'll put up some ideas here of words to maybe get get that creative juice flowing. But if you're not too shy, I'd really be curious as to what some of your words are for 2023. So if you want to comment that below, then I think it'd be really cool to like set ourselves some accountability and see what we're all working towards together. Okay, number 2 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method, so creative, I still can't get over that name that I gave it, is what are 2 qualities that I really want to bring out in myself in 2023? 2 qualities that I'm really looking to cultivate in myself in 2023 is 1, a high vibrational mindset, and 2, organization. If you are into law of attraction, or you have read the book The Secret or watched the movie The Secret, then you know that having a high vibration is really the secret to getting everything that you want in life. And I've only been practicing it like on and off in 2022, and I have already experienced so much breakthrough. I legitimately went through my journal from 2022 and just read through it, and it brought me to tears because I did not realize that I literally manifested everything amazing that happened to me in 2022. So I want more of that this year. I really want to like harness that high vibration state and power and see what kind of things I can make happen in 2023. And then as for organization, remember last year was all about taking messy action, and so it was just that. It was messy, there was no strategy, there was no plan, and that's a really great way to overcome any barriers to starting. So if you've been wanting to start that YouTube channel, start that fitness TikTok page, and you've been thinking about it, but you just haven't started it yet, or you really haven't committed yourself to it yet, take messy action. When you tell yourself like, you know what, I'm just gonna like have fun with it and not worry about the outcome, it makes it so much more fun, and then great things come from that. But for me personally, it is not a great way to keep the ball rolling in the direction that I want it to go in. So that's why I've made this plan to get the most out of 2023. So before we move on to step number 3, I want you to write it down. What are 2 qualities that you want to cultivate in yourself this year, and what is that 1 word theme of 2023 going to be? If you can go through your notebook or your phone or whatever you're using and just start jotting some ideas down, then by the end of this video, you can have your plan to make the most of the 2023 ready in like 10 minutes. Okay, number 3 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method is what are 3 habits that you are going to let go of in 2023? What 3 things are you leaving behind in last year and saying, sayonara, we are not meant to be together, go find someone else? Letting go of the habits that aren't serving you is crucial to moving closer to the life that you want for yourself. Think of yourself as holding all this baggage. All of your habits are baggage that you're holding. Your good habits are super light, easy baggage, and your bad habits are super heavy, inconvenient pieces of luggage, and they're just slowing you down. Which ones can you let go of so that you can move a little faster and get to your destination a little bit easier? I feel like this is like a therapy session. So 3 habits that I am letting go of in 2023 are procrastination, self-doubt, and not having a plan. Man, I saw this quote that was like, if you won't build your dream, someone else is gonna hire you to build theirs. And at the end of 2022, I took on a social media manager job, and it really made me realize how true that quote is, because I was procrastinating on myself, but I was giving someone else my high energy, my systems, my plans, that go-getter attitude. And I was like, that quote really is true, and I really need to start giving myself that energy and building my empire. 2022 was all about starting where I was, using what I had, and doing what I could. Plan-free and doing me. And that served me for that year. But this year, I am self-aware enough to know that that will be my downfall. Because without a plan, I focus on the wrong things, which means I head into the wrong direction, and I don't even know what's happening because I never had a clear set of directions guiding me to where I wanted to go in the first place. I don't know if you can relate. That's just my story. So this year, I want to make sure I use my time right. One of the biggest complaints that people have is that they don't have enough time to work on their goals. goals. But I really think that the issue is A, in time management, but B, also in allocating your energy to the right things. I think it's a lot more of an energy problem than it is a time issue, because we get to the end of our working days and we got time to binge watch some Netflix, but we don't have time to work on us. And then as for the self-doubt that I'm leaving behind in 2022, my man gave me the biggest compliment the other day. We were watching a sermon on YouTube about being cuffed to comparison. Always comparing yourself to other people's milestones, other people's achievements. And as we were watching it, in the middle of the sermon, he was like, I feel like that isn't something that you even worry about anymore. And it is so true. Like, I knew that inside, that comparison is such a thing of the past for me. But it was just so cool that like someone could really tell from the outside looking in that it really showed. Comparison is just, she's not cute anymore. Self-doubt is not it. So I want to keep self-doubt buried in the past. Self-confidence is something that you really have to continually work on and improve upon, because as you get to new levels, they always say there's going to be new devils. But man, working on self-confidence is 110% worth it. It is so much better on the side of the fence. Okay, number 4 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method is setting one goal for each quarter of 2023. Setting quarterly goals like Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 goals was something that I did last year, and I found it extremely beneficial, only having like one focus for every 3-month period. I personally get way too strung up in all my different goals and tasks that I want to do in a day, and then I get spread thin, and then that's when I quit. That's when the consistency is lost, the dedication isn't there, because I just have way too many different things that I'm focusing on. Whereas I found like setting one goal and having one focus for each quarter really allowed me to like sit down and really want to plug away and work towards that one thing. And they say it takes like 21 days to create a habit, and then I think like 90 days to make it a lifestyle. And 90 days is that one quarter. It's that 3-month span. So if you can just really focus on something for that 90 days, it becomes a part of your lifestyle, which means you can move into the next quarter having adopted a new lifestyle and then start working on something new. So for me, Q1 is just about building the habit of showing up consistently. Hi YouTube! I just want to prove to myself that I am a consistent person. I want to build up confidence in myself to know that when I say I'm going to show up and do something, I know I show up and I do the dang thing. So I've made a promise to myself that I would demonstrate this habit of showing up in 3 different areas of my life. 1 being my socials, so Instagram, here on YouTube, TikTok, and a little bit of Pinterest. 2 in my fitness life, so showing up for moving my body, working out, and eating healthy. And then 3, showing up for myself through my morning routine, because I found that in 2022, my morning routine really served me, and I found that when I slipped up and stopped doing it is when things got all crazy and chaotic. So what is like one thing that you want to focus on in this first quarter? Just focus on that. Don't worry too much about Q2, Q3, or Q4 unless you like have a really clear vision for 2023. But for right now, just focus. What's one thing you really want to work towards in this first quarter of 2023? And then lastly, number 5 of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method that I created are what are 5 ways that you can care for yourself and your energy in 2023. This may already be something that's like really built into your 2023 goals, but if your goals are a lot more career-based or family-based like mine are, it's important that you make time to take care of your health and yourself as a part of your 2023 plan. Because if you can't show up for yourself, it's really hard to show up for other people, especially if you're a content creator like me. I find that it's really hard to make good, valuable content helping other people when you're not taking the time to even help yourself. Does that make sense? So 5 ways that I plan to take care of myself and my energy in 2023 are 1, moving my body at least 5 times a week, whether that's through stretching and yoga, going out for walks or hopping onto my treadmill, or doing strength training sessions throughout the week. Number 2 is to gratitude journal and write down my affirmations every single morning. This is something that I did in 2023 And it's in those affirmations and that gratitude journaling. That was the journal I went back through for 2022 and realized I manifested so many amazing things in 2022 and didn't even realize how much of it was because of the high vibration energy that came out of that journaling. Number 3 is to read 1 book a month. I am huge on reading like self-help books or business books. Right now, I don't even know if I have it on me. I am reading this one, The Secret, and so that's why I've been referring back to this book a little bit. 1 book every single month. I already have my first 6 books picked out for 2023. I scheduled those into my calendar so that I don't even have to think about it. I knew that January, this was going to be the book for January. I already have my February book planned out, March, April, May, June, and July. So call it crazy, but if I don't have these things in my schedule, I'm not going to make time for it. I'm just going to forget about it. The 4th way that I'm taking care of my energy and myself in 2023 is to spend every part of my morning and, you know what, multiple parts of my day just getting in God. I really want to pick up the Bible and read more of that this year. I've already finished all of Proverbs. Right now I'm reading the book of John and then doing devotionals. I also love watching sermons, so I watch Elevation Church and Transformation Church, and I put those on while I'm doing my workouts. So I love just getting the word every single day. I'm such a Jesus girl, and it just protects my energy so much. It's honestly like listening to a motivational speaker every single day, and it just speaks to your soul. So it's amazing. And then the 5th way that I intend to protect my energy and take care of myself in 2023 is to say no to a lot more things and be selfish with my time and not take on so much so that I'm not spreading myself thin and feeling burnt out. Brainstorm what are 5 ways that you think you can take care of yourself and protect your energy in 2023, and write them down either in your notepad of your phone or in your journal or wherever you are making your plan for 2023. Okay, wow, we're only through step 1 of my plan for 2023. There's 2 more steps. So step 1 was all about reflecting and resetting. And now that you have all of your answers to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 method, you're ready to move on to step 2. So bear with me. I swear you're gonna have a rockin' plan and clear vision for 2023 if you just stick to these steps. So step 2 is to envision it. Make your vision board. You can do this just like using a Bristol board from the dollar store and cutting out a bunch of photos, or you can use Canva, which is really popular right now, or you can use Pinterest. Whatever it is for you and whatever your creative outlet is, get creative with this part because I do believe that it is 100% necessary and not a waste of time. I love this portion, so I literally made a vision board everywhere. I made a Pinterest vision board where I had a 2023 vision board, and then inside of that, when you click on it, I have like 10 other boards within it. I have 2023 physique vision, 2023 financial vision, 2023 relationship vision, 2023 travel vision. I have so many different areas that I'm focusing on in 2023, and I love Pinterest for this. First, I created my Pinterest vision board. Then after that, I used all the photos in my Pinterest vision board, and I created like a smaller kind of Canva vision board, and I have that on my iPad because that's where I do all my YouTube work from. And then my man and I also took all of New Year's Day to sit down together, and we created our own vision board as a couple, really just making sure that our vision together really worked together so that we weren't growing or going in opposite directions from each other. So we really just wanted to make sure that we had a vision together that worked together. And that one, we cut it out into 4 different quadrants, and we framed all 4 and hung it above our bed so that every night when we go to bed we see it, and when we wake up in the morning we see it. This part is all about having a clear vision so that you can see where you are right now, which is point A, and you can visualize yourself where you want to be, which is point B. And then it's all about creating a roadmap to get you from point A to point B. Without knowing where you're going or what you're working towards, it's like getting in a car with no clear directions or destination, and it's just a waste of gas, time, effort. You're spinning your wheels. You have no idea if you're getting any closer to where you want to be, and it's just mindlessly driving. So take this part seriously and like really get clear on what your vision is for this year. Take the vision that you have in your mind and dump it all, put it all on paper. And I like to think of it as like a catalog. So think of like everything you could want. Think of the world as this huge catalog, and you're just like flipping through the pages and you're saying, I want that this year, I want that this year, I want this year. Handpick out of that catalog and put it on paper. What's your wish list for 2023? Because seeing really is believing. When you're done with this vision board, I want you to look at it and see it as already done in your life. And then a vision without a plan is really just a dream. So part 3 of my plan for 2023 is creating a plan that's going to get you closer to that vision. Now that you know what you want to work towards, what are some action steps that you can take to get one step closer? I wrote down 2 to 3 action steps underneath each goal, and write it down like it's already done. So for example, one of my goals is to strength train 4 to 5 times a week in 2023. A few different action steps that I wrote underneath that goal are: I get 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night so that I wake up feeling energized and my muscles get the rest and recovery that they need. I have a workout plan that I am going to follow every single week for the next 90 days. I lay my clothing out each night so that getting ready for the gym every morning is easy. Boom! Make each action step small and easily achievable. And then plan these action steps into your daily routine and into your Q1 calendar. Schedule them like they're little meetings with yourself. And what works for me is to have like this visual accountability of my efforts. I like to see that I'm taking steps and progressing in my goal. And so I like to use things like a habit tracker, and I use it on Notion, but you can use it on your phone. I know there's so many different ways to do habit tracking. Do it somewhere that you will consistently stay on top of it and get to see the progress and the small steps add up. Because like checking things off of a list can be really rewarding for your brain. And so if you have like a little daily to-do list and you can check off that you took one step today that was going to bring you closer towards your goal for Q1, it's going to feel really good, and it's just going to promote you doing those behaviors on a daily or weekly routine. Because girl, small wins add up to big results. And that's it. That's my plan to make the most out of 2023. Phase 1, reflect and reset. Phase 2, envision it. And not only envision it as already done in your life. And then phase 3 is make a plan of small, easy, actionable steps that you can take on a daily or weekly basis to bring you closer towards that vision. But don't take it from me, like truly try it out for yourself. I hope that this helps you take like the chaos that's maybe going on in your brain and helps you clearly lay it out for 2023. And if you're not too shy, don't forget to drop it in the comments. What is the one word theme that you are picking for yourself for 2023? Mine is growth, but I want to see like what is it that you are working towards in 2023. That's it from me today, but if you got any value from this video, don't forget to like and then hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upcoming video in 2023. I'm Anita, and I'll catch you in the next one.